Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to Falafel Reacts. Thank you so much for being here on this channel. We react to gorlworld content, which is what we are doing right now. Why am I wearing a robe? It's because I'm up at like 5:30 a.m. and I still have to go to work today. But I did want to get this reaction out. So I'm up to do this early, get changed, and it's cold. You know how it's cold? But I did do my makeup, so at least there's that. I did my makeup. The breakfast is going right now. I still haven't packed lunch. But it's okay. We'll figure that out, okay? So, but anyways, I'm up pretty early, so I've never done a reaction this early in the morning, so I don't know how my energy levels will be in reality. The funny thing that I just want to talk about really quick is Quirky Love Rosie is live. And I'm pretty sure she's East Coast. Yeah, because she's in Florida, right? So I'm like, oh, girl, we're both awake at the same time. I think we're awake for different reasons, but we're awake. Okay, so today we are going to be watching Bottle's recap of Amberlynn Reid's latest live stream, The End of an Era, her taking down all of her content. I did see some of it before, just parts of it. I fear financial literacy is really what we're missing in this community because I don't know. You know what? Lately, I've been having a lot of feedback to give a lot of people. Okay, FFG, pickleball. The girls, jobs. No, definitely still jobs for the girls. But I guess also financial literacy because, girl, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? Okay? Like, tell me you've never been laid off before without telling me you've never been laid off before, and that's Amberlynn crying. So let's just get into it, and we'll talk about it as we go along. Okay. We are here. I have my coffee. I have my dog right here. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Things are good. Okay, let's see, girl. What do you got to say?
Someone said 6'7". Oh God,
I'll be in her bosom.
I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels
I can't pet you
fear
right
to
now.
go, but you keep trying to get too close.
I'm working before I go to work. I can't. I'm sorry. I always forget that Bottle does these little.
But you make me kinda nervous. You do that on purpose, yeah. Have you always on my gas list? No.
So it's hard for me to be transparent on YouTube.
Why?
That's been very obvious for me for a very long time.
But why?
That immediately when I turn on a camera or I go live stream or whatever it may be, I kind of like turn into this bitch. And it comes natural. Genuinely, it comes natural. Say you have a friendship, say you are in a relationship. I've had a lot of people.
Bless you. All kinds of noises coming out of Scooby right now. He's pumped on this 5:30 a.m.
Say that I'm not the same person I was when I first started YouTube, and that's the truth. But
Well, it's been like
reaction channels.
It's been like 10 years. You better have changed from your 20s to your 30s. Come on now.
Have created a environment, a safe space, a community to literally breed and feed off of hating me.
Huh?
I always told myself.
Hold on. We're already crying. Wait, what does this have to do with getting demonized?
That no matter what happens, I can get through it. I put myself through
college?
all of that.
Oh.
Because it was my job. It was my passion. I love YouTube.
Okay.
I love making content. I love talking to you guys. I love talking. I don't know if I just like to hear myself talk. Or maybe it's just a little girl inside of me. No one ever listened to me as a kid. And then finally thousands of people wanted to listen.
Is that really what we're doing? Is that really what we're doing? No one listened to me as a child and just imagine telling your boss this. No one ever gave me an allowance when I was a kid. That's why I love working the cash register. What?
Listen to me.
Gorliana.
We enjoy this type of job. We enjoy talking about ourselves.
Okay.
Whether it's narcissistic or whatever it may be. Like, whatever your reason is for watching me, You've watched me. And I've been on YouTube for 13 years.
Oh, over
I
10
have not
years.
uploaded an actual
Okay.
video
Okay, she's been over 10 years. Okay.
in like half of a year. I've done just live streams. I have not talked about EDs. I have not really talked about my weight. I have not done anything like that. And then I got mass reported. Mass reported.
Okay,
Hard.
see, is
Like, it
that...
was-
Oh, I saw one of my viewers in her comments.
I've not talked about EDs.
I think
have
Susan,
not
69.
really talked about my weight. I have not.
Susan 69! Girl, you knocked it out of the park. Susan 69 spotting! I do, in fact, have a parasocial relationship with a lot of people that watch me. Anyways, were you demonized because people mass reported you? I thought YouTube was doing this independent of that. I don't think it was mass reporting.
Done anything like that. And then I got mass reported. Mass reported. Hard. Like, it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was, because I've talked about Tammy Lemon before. She is on a weight loss journey. She's overweight. I don't think she got mass reported because she's very well liked and well loved. She's genuine. I've always really enjoyed her videos. I don't think it was a mass reporting thing. I can't imagine it would be in her case. I think YouTube is just cracking down on who it wants to crack down on.
It was crazy. Say you're driving, right? And you're driving on a road that goes 60 miles per hour. And then they realize, actually, no, I think this road should be 45.
Okay.
License and registration, please.
And then a cop pulls you over. And they're like, last month you were going 60 down this, so I'm going to give you a ticket. And you're like, but wait a minute. I was allowed to then, though.
You want to go to jail, you want to go home.
Where is this analogy going?
I'm being punished for things that I posted years ago. But I've been on here for 13 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before, I don't agree with the level of censorship that YouTube is doing. I don't agree with it. Am I losing sleep over it? No, but I don't agree with it. Just from a matter of like censorship, I don't.
This has been my job for 13 years. Life is.
And also, is Nodder Doodle Doo's channel demonized? Because that should be demonized, demonetized, deleted, expunged. And he should be thrown back in the clanker. The clinker. The clanker. The clinker?
Genuinely. About yin yang. Good things happen and bad things.
Yeah, you gotta control your smiles and cries. Because that's all you have. And nobody can take that away from you.
It's like a part of me regrets sharing my journey. At the time, I genuinely thought I was doing what was right. I was just sharing my thoughts, my life, my struggles. Whether I was wrong or right or this or that, like... Oh, sorry.
I mean, don't you think it would have been better maybe to process this separately and then come online? Because she's demonetized. That is a loss of income, right? That's a loss of a job, and a layoff, a firing, a loss of job. It is a trauma to a certain extent. I'm not going to deny that. And if you've gone through it, you understand. So I don't want to downplay that. And I won't, but I don't know that addressing it... Obviously, it's not urgent to address because you're not monetized anyways, you know? Like, why not address it on, like, Twitch? Why not be like, here's a link to my Twitch and, like, move to that platform? Or TikTok Live. She has over 100,000 followers on TikTok, so she's definitely making money. Now, the PayPal thing might be something else, but move to a platform where you can make money. I mean, you have a following of people that will follow you. I will follow, like, whatever... No, okay, not whatever, but to an extent... You know, I'll keep tabs on you, and I'm sure a lot of people will, so why not just do that? You still have it better than, like, most people that experience a layoff or a firing or, you know, whatever, like an excess. They've been excessed.
I literally did my makeup so I could do cameos. Thankfully, I did them already. Speaking of cameo, not me putting an ad in the middle of a freaking breakdown, me truly being 100% vulnerable in this moment.
I don't believe any of this crying. It's all, like, manipulating. Like, I don't feel bad for her at all. Like, listen, we all go through something like this in our lives, in our professional lives. And you know what? A lot of us never have ever had the opportunity to even make $20,000 a month, okay? Same thing. If I had a friend that was making 20 G's a month and then got laid off and it's like, now I'm broke, I don't know what to tell you. Sounds like you never budgeted correctly to begin with. Like, what's your excuse? Your income was way higher than the average in the country, okay? And she's in Oklahoma, and I've said this before, the cost of living is very low. She's already in like the top 1%, top 5%, okay? Not top, because she's not a billionaire, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she's in the top single-digit percentile in terms of income. And that's not to say, to say anything about income capacity or income potential. Oh, JRT. So, oh my God, I'm seeing so many of my viewers. Hey, hi, girls.
30% off. And I have made a Cash App as well.
That's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's giving Chantal level scam. How are you, who makes more than the average income in the United States? And incomes in the US are way higher than a lot of other places. Way higher than most places in Europe and Asia and the Middle East and like a lot of other places, okay? So how are you, and you still make more than most Americans, okay? Most Americans make more than the rest of the world, just statistically, and you make more than most Americans. So how are you, that's in the top single-digit percentile in terms of income and income potential, how are you asking me for money? I've never made as much as you've made. I just budget. And I restrict there are a lot of things I would like to spend money on, I just don't. For the future, to be mindful of the future. So how dare you ask me? Mind you, on the heels of, there was a government shutdown in the United States, okay? A lot of people were forced to go into work without getting paid. And they missed like pay periods where they weren't getting paid in the US. Huge layoffs, a continuation of all the layoffs that have been happening the past few years. Inflation, cost of groceries, a lot of people's benefits are being cut off. Like, on the heel of all that, you're asking me for money when you used to make 5 figures a month? More than the average American? In the low cost of living state?
And that is...
Okay, scammer.
Because I am currently in a stage of life where...
Where what?
YouTube is no longer my job. YouTube demonized me. So I was demonetized because I was mass reported hardcore. Like hardcore.
That's why. Okay, girl.
And I was getting screenshots from forums and Facebooks, this and that, and the subreddits and this and that, where people were celebrating reporting me. And so I became demonetized. And I appealed it, obviously. It's the reason why I have anything in my life. I had nothing. I genuinely had nothing. And now I have everything I need.
Well, also, yeah, most people, how old is she now? 32? Most people go from having nothing in their teen years to having a lot in their 30s. Like, that's also just describing growth.
Because of YouTube. Twinkie has surgery on Friday.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Are you serious? Are you serious? Man, she's ripping a page out of Chantal's playbook. My dog has surgery. Okay. Do you think I feel bad? Lots of dogs have surgery. Like, what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with me and my income? Okay?
Twinkie has surgery on Friday.
And?
That is why you have randomly been hearing me say, I'm going to the vet, because I'm trying so fucking hard to figure out what is wrong with her.
Okay, and you never bought pet insurance. You make 5 figures a month. Okay, at least 100,000 USD a year. More than the average household. The average household in the United States brings in 75,000. Household, okay? Household, meaning oftentimes it's 2+ people in the household. Brings in $75,000. You make 100,000 minimum in a low cost of living area, and you never bought pet insurance. Whose problem is that? Whose problem is that? You know what I do? I don't make that much. You know what I do? Not only do I buy pet insurance for Scooby, I pay for it at the beginning of the year in its entirety, because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen to my job in 6 months. Who knows? You don't know how the world gets. So I at least cover my bases for the year. And I don't make as much as you do.
I was supposed to do a swap with Pink Sparkles. I haven't even reached out to her yet to let her know that, like...
And again, whose problem is that? You know what I say to my friends when I'm broke and they want to go out? I'm broke. Y'all want to come over to my house? Okay? I got some bread. Oh, that's my alarm. That's my alarm because I'm up like 2 hours early. Not my problem. Like, you should have budgeted or just tell me you're broke. That's what I tell my friends. If I'm broke, I'm broke. And you know what? They're like, yeah, we're broke too. Come over to my house. I got a loaf of bread. I got some charcuterie, and I got TV. Also, you are making at least 5 figures a month. At least. And you don't have enough to cover you for the 2 weeks since you've lost income. 2 weeks! That's your poor financial decisions. You should have at least a 1-year emergency fund because your job is not stable. And the standard is to have 3 to 6. And I'm not saying 3 to 6 if you're living paycheck to paycheck. I'm talking about her. She makes 5 figures a month. And people that make less than that, I make less than that. And I have all of those things set up. And it's not because I'm rich or because I obviously don't make as much as she does. I just restrict myself so that I can save the money because I'm not going to put my dog in a bad position. I'm not going to put myself in a bad position. So whose fault is that? You eat your paychecks. You literally eat your paychecks.
Last time I sent her gifts, it was like $400 in shipping. I can't do that. I can't.
Then just don't. I don't care. Then just don't. But also, you don't have enough for like 2 weeks.
And that's me being absolutely 100 transparent. I have to save every penny where I can.
I need dollar, that's what I need.
And I'm so thankful for my grandma and my mom. They both offered to help pay for Twinkie surgery.
That's stupid. That's stupid. Guaranteed they don't make as much as you. Your grandma's probably living off of Social Security. You're gonna take your grandma's Social Security checks because of your terrible, poor financial decisions. Mind you, this is like the fakest, stupidest, non-sympathy crying I've ever seen in my life. You're literally gonna take grandma's Social Security checks. They're probably like, I don't know, $800 a month to pay for a surgery for your dog that you never bother to get any kind of pet insurance. You don't have an emergency fund for your dog. You make $100,000 USD. You make $100,000 a year minimum, and you don't have at least $3,000 set aside for your dog. What if your dog got hit by a car and they needed like emergency surgery and it was like 15 grand? What would you do? You're gonna take your grandma's Social Security checks because you're a dumbass that eats their checks?
I literally was so grateful.
Don't be.
Like,
Don't be literally so grateful. Be literally so ashamed.
It's more serious than it's more serious than Amberlynn got demonetized. My savings was directly for taxes. It was directly for taxes.
Oh, so you're genuinely dumb. That's like not the same thing. That's like saying blue is green. Like, blue is not green, though. Like, green is not blue and blue is not green. Savings is not taxes. I don't set aside money in my savings account for my savings and then pay it for taxes. That's like 2 different things. That's taxes. That is like something that you are obligated to pay, or else the IRS, the armed IRS agents show up at your door. That is, you are required to pay that as someone that receives income in these United States. That's not savings, okay? And yes, I will shame that level of financial stupidity, because how many years you've been on this platform? How long have you been getting big juicy checks that you've been eating? And whose problem is it? That's not savings. That means that you lied a few months ago and you were like, I have a really healthy savings, or you were spending what you were supposed to pay in taxes. Also, you should be paying your taxes quarterly. But you don't. I know none of these bitches have ever paid taxes. I just know it.
Because it's like, yeah, I made the content, but my content is on hundreds of reaction channels. How are you going to tell that person?
Don't worry about that. You got bigger fish to fry right now.
Car, they have to go 45 miles per hour. But they're in trouble for going 60 a month ago when they were allowed to. But just because the reaction channel might be driving a different car, they're allowed to go 60 when I'm not.
Join the club.
You realize that I'm doing this for free, right?
And I'm not even getting paid.
I don't want this to happen to anybody. I don't care if I dislike you, if you've ruined my life, if you've created a
Yeah,
hate
but
mob.
it does, though. Like, this happens in the real world.
For me, if you have bred it, you have fed it, and you have nurtured it as your own, as your baby, as your whatever.
Do you strike reaction channels? Strike. It just is one click. With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my...
On anybody. I did strike bottle.
Strike one!
I have thought to myself, I want... Strike a pose. I feel like I'm drowning. And, anyways. So I said...
Okay, I'm on coffee number 2.
And, they denied it. I'm sorry. I can't go... I don't think many people would say you're at work and your boss comes up to you and says, I've decided I'm not going to pay you anymore. You can keep coming in, though.
No, but that literally happened in the United States of America. That actually happened. That was like thousands and thousands of federal workers. That literally happened.
I don't think anyone would.
I'm doing it
And they had to, and it was like a requirement, or else they would have gotten fired.
right now.
I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone would.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I have to go be a normal person now. A normal person.
It is not even that dramatic. Just go to a different platform. Just go to Twitch. Like, I don't know how many seconds does it take to sign up for Twitch. Just go there. Everyone will follow you. It's not that serious.
As scary and as hard and as painful as it is, I get to embark on a different journey now.
Okay.
I've
Okay,
been
silver
depressed as
lining.
fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been depressed in so long, you guys. I haven't brushed my hair since this happened.
So like a week? So like 3 days? I only brush my hair when I wash it, and I don't wash it every day. So me and you, same, girl. Like, she's trying to say, like, I'm in such a terrible way, you have to give me money, and here's the proof: I haven't brushed my hair in 4 days. Okay, we don't all do that either. So,
And then last night, when I got denied. Oh, when I got denied last night, you guys.
I'm so green. Like, my lighting and my camera is so green compared to her. Like, she's very pink, and I'm green washed.
I didn't cry. I was so shocked. I would have loved a chance to fix it first, but that's just not the way it goes. And I just feel so stupid. Me and my mom had so many things planned for Vlogmas. It's really hard because it's the holidays, and I wanted it special for my grandma. I wanted it special for my mom because
The holidays are not a requirement for anyone. Okay, people will survive if you don't shower them in gifts. Some people don't get anything. Some people don't even have a meal on their table, regardless of any time of year, let alone the holidays. Okay, it'll be fine. I don't know why you think this is gonna work, like this level of guilting. Okay. Some of us don't even celebrate. You think we give a shit?
that's the type of person I am.
I'm the type of person that I would like to retire my parents. But I don't have the money for that. So, yeah, there's a lot of things all of us would like to say that we can do because we're that type of person. You should have just budgeted better. You don't have an account that's called, like, Christmas gifts? Or just gifts, since you like to buy people gifts. You don't have an account that you just add money to every single month?
$1,300 camera, you guys.
So, I don't know. She's definitely lying about something because you either are such a terrible manager of money that you spend every single paycheck down to zero. You don't budget it. You spend it down to zero to where you don't even have the $1,300 for your rent. So you have to return the camera to pay the $1,300. It's either that or you're lying. And you taught me that two things can be true at once. So I think it's a little bit of both.
I'm going to be selling that.
Okay.
I'm going to be selling my choosies. I'm going to be selling Legos. I'm going to be selling my books. I'm going to be selling whatever I can sell.
Okay. I don't understand why you think this is getting sympathy from us. A lot of us have been in a situation where we've had to do something like this.
Cameo is 40% off. But if you want to give me a penny, you can give me a penny.
Why? Why should we? Why should anyone? Most of your viewers make way less than you. Why do you feel entitled to their money? Ask your girl Chantal. And her man. Her fake man who's a real estate mogul. Ask them for money. What does that have to do with us?
I made a Cash App. I don't even really know. I guess I can put it in the... But I'm currently applying for jobs. I am currently finding other routes of income. What I'm trying to say is...
No, you're not.
Which I don't want to say it, but
Excuse me.
The actual reality of it all. Be nice, babies. It's
Did they sneeze after I sneezed?
okay. Romeo, she's trying to rest us.
And you have 2 cats. You recently got another cat without an account for it. You got another cat and you didn't buy its insurance for a whole year in advance. That's just irresponsible pet parenting. That's called being an irresponsible adult, an irresponsible human being.
The reality of it all is, I'm leaving YouTube. Will I come on here randomly? Sure. Sure. I'll come on here randomly. I have to put my energy into a different job. I don't know what that looks like for me right now. I don't know anything. I genuinely don't know anything.
You can just do both, girl. I do both.
I cannot believe that I was a YouTuber.
She is so lazy. She is so lazy. And she's so short term. She can't fathom that she might potentially get monetized again. Open up a second channel. Right now. Immediately. She can open a second channel. I guarantee she will get at least 100,000 subscribers within a few days. Guaranteed with her following. And then just upload random content. Guarantee she can do that. Twitch. Any other platform. TikTok. They're just so lazy. They are so unaccustomed to work.
It was stupid, but I wanted it so bad that it happened. But I've been horrific with money. I'll say that. I've been horrific with money. And my CPM constantly was getting lowered. Which
Okay. Your CPM was getting lowered. Your cost per... I don't know what it stands for. But like the cost per view or something like that. Per minute. I don't know. Something. So you're telling me that you had signs and you still didn't diversify? Okay, diversifying income. That's too much effort for you. So you're telling me you had signs that you weren't making as much money and it didn't prompt you to at least set aside an extra $1,000? An extra $2,000, one for you, one for your pets? Mind you, you should have at least 1 year worth of monthly expenses saved up. Easily. I mean, if we're being real, you should have at least $700,000 in your retirements. Based off the income that you made, at least $700,000 to $1 million in your retirement, a paid off apartment, paid off car, and 1 month of monthly expenses. I mean, not 1 month, 1 year of monthly expenses. At least is what you should have. If you ever got a financial advisor. If you ever, you don't even need a financial advisor for this. Very basic. Very, very basic. So you had signs and you did nothing about it? Again, the definition of not my problem. Never was, never will be.
Nothing. So it's like the psychological weird thing that your mind does. You're going to go one of two ways when you grow up with nothing. You're either going to be super like, oh my god, I have to watch my money in case it all goes away. Or you're going to be my extreme that I did is I need all the stuffs in case my money goes away. Spend. Like, my hobbies are expensive. Like Lego and this and that. You know, it's...
Never seen you on the golf course. Never seen you on an 18-hole. I golf. Golf is very expensive. You got to pay for every single time you go on the course. It's like a lot of money, especially where I live. I never seen you at a ski resort. Never seen you there. Never seen you at a country club, at the squash courts.
It's so eye-opening to me that, like, no matter what type of life you came from, no matter what type of job you have, no matter what type of anything, it's like, so many things are relatable. So the end of an era. The end of Amberlynn Reed on YouTube.
Well, yeah, except a lot of people don't have access to that kind of money, is what I'm saying. Like, that is kind of what I'm saying, too. So we are in agreement in that sense. It doesn't matter what type of background you come from. I never had financial literacy growing up at all. My financial literacy was me just figuring it out. My financial literacy was I had to figure out how to budget a paycheck to pay my bills. To pay my portion of the rent with the 5 other roommates that I found on Craigslist. That was my financial literacy, okay? Never made as much as you. So, I don't understand what your excuse is. Okay, maybe like in your 20s, you're being dumb, you're blowing... Okay, fine. couldn't be me. Wasn't me, in fact. Okay, but like you're in your 30s. At a certain point, you would be like, you know what? Let me just set aside like a month of expenses. Just like a month. I know I don't pay taxes. I know I have nothing saved up for retirement. Let me just like, okay, let me count. How much is my rent? How much are my bills? How much do my like pets need? Okay, let me just set aside a month buffer just in case. Have you ever done that?
I didn't expect it to be this soon, I will tell you that. I did not expect it. This could be good for me. It really could be good for me. And if you want to support me, is my Cameo is currently 40% off. And I made a Cash App. Like, what?
I mean, the Cameo is one thing. Like, it is annoying that you didn't budget and stuff, but at least you're giving a service for what people are paying you. But to say, like, my Cash App is so freaking disrespectful. So disrespectful. It's like a smack in the face for all your viewers. Why do you think that people that on average make less than you should give you money? You ate your paychecks. You ate them. You literally ate them.
I didn't choose this life. We were born to make money. That is how we survive.
Well, I disagree. And a lot of people would disagree with you. We are not born to make money, okay? We unfortunately live in this, I don't know. Marx would disagree, is all I'm gonna say. We're not born to make money, but this is a situation we're put in.
That is how we survive. So it's like, maybe that type of good karma will come back at me. I'm just being as transparent as possible. Like, I'm not a praying type of person.
That's her financial plan. Karma? Okay.
But I have been so desperate that I prayed, and Twinkie does have surgery on Friday.
And whose problem is that? Like, you got demonetized a few days ago. It's good. I'm getting worked up. You got demonetized a few days ago, okay? Where was that money going to come from? Like, the November paychecks have already hit. I'm recording this on the morning of November 26th. The paychecks have already hit on November 20th to the 21st. So, like, you knew, like, no, the timeline is not adding up. The timeline is adding up to you grifting and scamming right now. You're trying to make a you're trying to make a cute penny off of this from your viewers.
Keep you guys updated on that. I will post a community tab.
Please don't. I don't really give a shit.
After she's out of surgery.
I'm sorry if that sounds mean. I really don't give a shit. A lot of us have pets. A lot of us have pets that go through shit. A lot of us have to take out loans sometimes to pay for something for a pet. Because you know what? We never made 5 figures a month.
Her surgery, she's getting that lump removed. And it's just crazy.
I remember when I first got Scooby, very early into it, he needed an operation. And it was like almost going to be $9,000. And I was living in Boston, so things were expensive. I had just gotten him. It was probably like 4 weeks after I got him, okay? So he was probably like, he was 8 weeks. No, because I got him at 8 weeks. He was very young, okay? He was a pup. I had gotten pet insurance as soon as I got him, immediately. But the way that a lot of pet insurance is, it's reimbursement based. So when I went to, you pay the bill up front, and then you submit it to the insurance, and then they do whatever they do. I had to use multiple credit cards because my credit was not high. I was like 22, 21? Yeah, I was very young, so like I didn't have enough credit. So I had to like, I remember talking to the vet and be like, hey, I'm gonna give you a bunch of credit cards. Like, can you put like 3,000 on this and then 2,500 on this? And then so I maxed out like a bunch of them because I didn't have enough. So that was stressful. But I knew that I had pet insurance, and it was never a question of, should we do the surgery? I remember her calling and being like, this is how much it's going to cost. I want to give you the option of doing it. And I'm like, what's the alternative? He's just going to die? That was never a question in my mind because I never wanted to be put in that position. So I bought the pet insurance. Okay. And this is like back when I was a full-time student, you know, making minimum wage. Well, minimum wage in Massachusetts was good. So I'm not going to like even say it was that low, but like I was not, and once I moved out of my parents' house, I never, ever, ever asked them for money, ever. In fact, I repaid them for a lot of the schooling that they paid me for and everything like that. So I remember maxing out a bunch of credit cards. And I remember how scary it was, but then I submitted it for reimbursement, and the insurance ended up reimbursing up to 90%. And I remember thinking, I still had to obviously pay, you know, the 10% left over, but I remember thinking, I would have been financially ruined had I not had the insurance, and it was something I could have never foreseen happening, ever. And that was the first time I had ever owned a pet in my life, because we grew up not having any pets in our household, okay? So you're trying to tell me that you, Amberlynn, sitting at a cute 35, having had pets your whole life, having made way more than I made in my life, you couldn't figure this out?
That all this is happening at once. Because that's not even the end of it. My mom, she was driving, obviously, and she slowed down to turn, and someone ran into the back of her car. This was like 2 nights ago. And I'm just like, damn, when it rains it pours, like for real. Like, this is the end.
Yeah, like why she's bringing up very common things, unfortunately, that happens to you. That's always how it happens. Your dog needs surgery. You're on a, like a, what is it called? A PIP at work, a performance improvement plan at work. You feel like you're about to get laid off. Your car gets hit. You have to renew your car insurance. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's life. And it sucks. And you had the income to create a lot of very, very cushy and comfortable, not boundaries, I forget the word that I'm trying to use, but like buffer, I guess. You had the ability and the opportunity to create a lot of buffer to cushion and shield your life. And you didn't.
Like, process, really.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I hope that you guys have good lives, and I hope that you guys find another Amberlynn. But I don't think you will. There's only one of those.
You need people like me.
If you don't want to pray for me, pray for Twinkie. And that's the end of it. Till next time.
So say good night.
I don't know. This whole thing is so dramatic. Okay, financial literacy and like basic budgeting could have fixed all of this. What, like, your parents ever taught you? Same. What was your excuse? Common sense, okay? Common sense. Don't eat your paycheck. Set aside just a little bit. My savings was for taxes. No, that's like wrong definitions for both of those. Okay, I have to like start getting changed and you know, heading out to work. So I don't know if I'm gonna edit this. It might be chaotic. I don't know. I think it is. Okay, but I want it to get it up to you guys like later, like when I'm at work. I'm gonna schedule it so that it goes live when I'm at work. Not goes live, but like gets published. Okay, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't know if I'm gonna put something up. I'm pretty sure I will live stream on Friday, you know, because it's a work day. Okay, I'm only off Thanksgiving Day. I have work right after, so I'm not on a holiday or anything. So I probably will do Falafel Fridays. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a good day.